Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. It's Big John, aka the amazing Fasting Fat Man, aka the incredible shrinking man. Right now it's after midnight, the polls have closed, so let's go to our on the field reporter, Mr. John, and see exactly who won today's final result for fasting or alternate day fasting. Mr. John, please take it over, let us know what you think. Thank you, Mr. Fasting. Earlier exit polls had fasting ahead, way ahead of alternate day fasting. Late surge suggested that alternate day fasting may have had a chance. However, it is officially over. Fasting has won by a total vote count of 59% out of the 100. So apparently fasting will be the final stage of the Fasting Fat Man's regimen. So we're going to go live to alternate day fasting so he could explain exactly how he lost this race. I tried. I mean, fasting just has the advantage. He helped the Fasting Fat Man lose so much weight in the past. The constituents know this. I'm pretty much a newcomer. I'm an unknown factor. I didn't have a chance, but I thought I'd give it the old college try. And it was a great race, but I lost, and I have to congratulate fasting. That's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I'm just going to go back and relax, hang with my family, and I'm sure someday in the future, the Fasting Fat Man will use me at some point. Maybe after he becomes the Fasting Fit Man, I don't know, but I'm sure I have a future in the Fasting Fat Man's life. Thank you. That's all I have to say on the matter. Please, thank you. And that's it. So, alternate day fasting wasn't too happy about his loss, but he's taking it like a champ. Let's go over to fasting for his celebratory speech. Hey, everybody. I'm extremely happy you guys voted for me. Look, it was destiny. My first term, I took the Fasting Fat Man and brought him all the way down to 305 pounds before I stepped down and allowed others to take my place. Now, I felt I was called upon to bring him over the finish line and take him to his final goal of 195 pounds by December 10th. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. I'm going to work hard for you. I'm going to try my best to get him to that finish line because that's what I do. I produce results. As you guys can see from my first term, I produce results. And as you guys know, when it comes to fasting, I'm key. I'm tops. I mean, the only person better than me in the history of fasting is a guy named Angus Barbieri. So thank you all for voting for me. I will not disappoint you. That's pretty much it. All I have to say on the matter. Well, that's it from the field, guys. Pretty much fasting had his say, his celebration. Alternate day fasting had his, well, I wouldn't say moping, but he was a little bit disappointed. Back to you. Guys, it was an exciting race, and I thank everyone for voting. I pretty much knew fasting was going to win out over alternate day fasting because fasting is a known quantity. And like he said, he does produce results. But more importantly, fasting is not alone. There's over 50 people who's going to, so far and counting, who's going to be fasting with the Fasting Fat Man. And for all you guys out there, let me quickly tell you, there's an app that we're using in order to fast. It's called the Life, I don't want to misquote it. It's the Life Fasting app. The Life Fasting app. All right. So guys, make sure you go to the to whatever store you have, whether it's the App Store, whether it's the Google Play Store, and download an app called Life Fasting Tracker. And our group name is the Amazing Superfriends. So I'm going to be fasting with all my super friends. Well, a majority of my super friends. Also, I was thinking about starting a group membership website. Not so much a Facebook membership, but actually a group membership website where we could upload our photos. We could upload our videos. We could have a group area to discuss things. You know, we could have chats, things of that nature. So pretty much I'm in the beginning stages, but I'm really anxious to start this fast, which officially started after midnight. Well, actually started after my last OMAD meal at around 3:30, because pretty much it was just water from that point on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to put a poll in the community section. Remember, it's the community section. And this poll is going to focus on my weighing. I had told you guys that this time around I wanted to do things differently. Instead of weighing every week, weigh every 2 weeks, or maybe even possibly once a month. Now, the reason I want to do that is because I know a lot of people think that, well, when you weigh yourself every week, you get an idea of where you at and things of that nature. And I understand, but that matters more when you're doing the diet, like when I was doing the Keto OMAD, because then you could see how quick you lose and how slow you losing, you could adjust. But from experience from the first fasting, the 150 days, that really doesn't matter when it comes to full fasting, because I'm going to lose what I lose, period. And there's nothing to change up. There's no extra water to drink, extra supplement to take. What my supplement routine stayed consistent throughout the 150 days, and I lost what I lost, whether I stepped on the scale or didn't. But the difference is in the anticipation. You know, with 2 months to go, I thought it would be pretty spicy to, like, because, you know, I step on the scale every week and it's like, okay, he dropped 10 pounds, he dropped 12 pounds. That's fine. But imagine the anticipation, you know, the worry, you know, the excitement when you got to wait longer, you know, when it's 2 weeks and boom, he stepped on the scale. It's like, oh, what is it now? Or a month, and it's like, oh, he lost that much. I mean, you know, it's just something to just spice it up a little bit. We could stick with the old format of me going every week. I have no problem with that. But I just thought it'd be kind of interesting. It's the last 2 months. If the weightings would just, like, you know, slow down a bit, like how much did he lose in this time frame? How much closer is he to his goal? You know, I thought that would be wonderful. Originally, I was just thinking, like, I weigh myself in the beginning, I weigh myself in the end. But I didn't want to torture you guys like that. That would be a little bit too much. But I'm going to leave it up to you, my super friends. Let me know which way you want me to go. If you want me to weigh myself once a week, if you want me to weigh myself every other week, if you want me to weigh myself once a month, however you want me to do it, I will do it, because I'm here for you guys. And all you guys who are about to start this fast with me, and some of you have already started fasting based on the app, guys, we're in for a hell of a ride. Like, you know, what I want to do is I want us to push each other. You know, if anyone feels like they want to give up for any reason, reach out to the other. That's one of the reasons why I want to start the, I'm sorry, I know I just flow off things, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start the membership site too, because I'm thinking more of like us working as a collective. All of us, everyone who's obese or have been obese, in the process of moving from obesity to quote unquote normal size. If we put it out there, and enough of us put it out there, I think that we could reach some people who just don't have the confidence to do what we're doing, who just don't have the confidence to change their life. And it's very encouraging, because I myself, I'm one person, and I was able to encourage so many people to take control of their health. Can you imagine if like 10, 20, 50, 100, 1,000 of us are doing the same thing? Can you imagine what that would be like? Someone go to a website and there's like hundreds of people that they could identify with. Hundreds of people that they could see a video or picture and say, oh my gosh, that's me. That was my size. I can do it too. So like, I think we could like really start a serious movement. And, you know, like, I'm not against, you know, like other people, you know, helping and telling obese people how to lose weight. But I'm one of those people who've always believed in following people who have walked in my footsteps, you know, like, as opposed to those who just read books about the path but has never had to follow that footstep. Like, I could relate, like when some of the people write and they talk about, oh, you know, I ordered a cake. I ordered 2 cakes, and I'm sitting there pretending I'm on the phone, like, yo, what do you want in the cake? Do you want this? Do you want that? But really, both cakes are for me, but I'm just too embarrassed. I have to play it off. I could relate to things like that. Not so much cake, that wasn't my drug of choice, but I could relate to having to pretend like, I drive in McDonald's drive-through, and I'm sitting there on the phone like, yeah, let me get 3 Big Macs. What else you want? And I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just listening to my voicemail. But I'm embarrassed about it because I know I shouldn't be doing it, but yet I'm doing it anyway. But you see, that's something that when I tell you this, there's people out there who can relate to it. So they understand. So they're like, yes, this is me. And it's through that identification that I think we'll be able to motivate people even more into doing things on their own. It's one thing, like, if you could get a personal trainer to actually come to your house and work with you and get you motivated, that's fine. It's another thing when you have to self-motivate, and self-motivation comes from inspiration. I was fortunate enough to be inspired by my son, and that completely changed my life. And I want you guys, and a lot of you guys have told me that you've been inspired by me, and I am so grateful for that. In the way I'm paying it forward, and I want all of us to pay it forward and inspire other people who aren't doing as well as we're doing, who's on the cusp of doing as well as we're doing, or who really believe like, look, I just can't do this. Because I was one of those people who believe I just can't do it. Prior to my son being born, it was just like, hey, look, you know what? I live as long as I live. At least I'm enjoying myself in the interim. I didn't really think about my mortality in those terms. But now, when someone comes into your life so precious that you just can't bear the thought of not being there for that person or not having that person in your life, it completely changes your whole way of thinking. It rewires your brain. And my brain was rewired. And as I fast and lost the weight and continued to lose the weight, and then started eating, changed my relationship with food, there's a lot of truths that came out. A lot of things I did have to face in terms of, like, what was I thinking when I was doing what I was doing? Like, why did I let it go so far? And these are the stories, these are the things that myself and others like myself can share if we have a forum to do it. That's why I don't want to just do a YouTube membership thing and give away emojis or just do videos once in a while, like just for certain people. No, I'd rather just start a whole site where we're out there becoming a massive collective, where, like, as a group, those of us who have succeeded in getting back to quote unquote normalcy can go around and talk and coach and help other people. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna have the scale poll in the community section. And thank you guys again for going to my t-shirt store. It will be in the description box. And that's pretty much it, guys. Before I forget, it's very important that we get this out the way. How much do I weigh on this, my first day of my second extended water fast? Let's go to the tape. $267.6. 267.6. I could deal with that. 267.6. I have 2 months and probably about a week to get down to 195 pounds through full fasting. I could deal with that. I could definitely do that. And again, if I don't make my goal of 195, trust me, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be devastated. It's just that I feel that I have to give it my all to get to 195. I don't want to take any shorts, because a lot of times, settling leads to other behaviors that could become triggers to all of a sudden me accepting the fact that it's okay to just eat willy-nilly and get fat again. So I have to change every aspect of my relationship with food. And that includes having a dietary goal and doing everything in my power to get to that goal. If I don't get to it by December 10th, Then it'll be December 20th, December 30th, January 1st, January 2nd. It's going to happen regardless. It's not a question of whether or not I'll get to 195 pounds. It's just when. Now, my vote is December 10th. If it's afterwards, so be it. But I'm still going to get there. That's just a given. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and more importantly, vote. Vote on the scale measurements. Like, where am I going to step on the scale? Now, this is a perfect example. If you guys remember, last time I stepped on the scale, it was 271, I believe. And now I step on the scale almost 2 weeks later, and it's 267. So the movements was only like 4 pounds, you know? So now, being that I was eating, I could do it every week and look like, oh my God, I only lost 2 pounds, and maybe like, you know, walk an extra half hour, you know, spend another half hour in the gym to try to compensate. It's different when you're fasting. My regimen is pretty much the same when I'm fasting. It's the same nutritional regimen in terms of the supplements, and it's the same water drinking regimen in terms of the amount of glasses I have per day. Drinking extra water is not going to change anything. Drinking less, and I know like some people are going to say, well, you could always dry fast. I'm not a dry fast guy. Like I said, one time during my fast, I went like, I believe it was almost 8-9 hours without water, and I felt lightheaded. So because of that, dry fasting is not really for me. If it's for you, kudos. It's just not for me. I'll just do this plain water fasting, make or break, period. I mean, like I said, I'm going to get to 195 regardless. So that's one area that's not in my quiver and stuff. I'm just not the dry fasting type person. But pretty much that's it. The poll's going to be in the community section as to where you guys want me to weigh myself. Like, share, and more importantly, subscribe. And I'm going to work on trying to get that membership website up as soon as possible, so you guys can join me on that platform as well. And let's make history together. All my fasting brothers and sisters, it's on. Let's do this.